Is Eywa really the goddess of Pandora? Or is there a more sinister side to this entity? If you really think about it, the events of the two movies show that this deity of the Na'vi acts as more than just a manifestation of a supernatural form, but something that is really alien to us humans, more alien to us than the blue humanoids and all the creatures of that planet Moon. So what is Eywa according to the Na'vi? Known as the All-Mother or the Great Mother, the Na'vi believe that Eywa maintains Pandora's biosphere in perfect balance and that all creatures return to her after death. Even across clans, the Na'vi share many core principles, like their belief in a globally spread awareness of Pandora known to them as Eywa. The Na'vi believe that the souls of the deceased return to Eywa before being reincarnated in an unending cycle of death and rebirth. Natural catastrophes, sickness and all that are just a result of worldly forces, and she acts as a life defender and a guide to the Na'vi against such attacks. But what is Eywa according to the humans and the RDA of that universe? Well, according to Grace Augustine, the lead botanist and scientific researcher, Eywa is a conglomeration of all the life of Pandora connected by a vast network of interconnected roots of trees, acting as sort of a brain cell mass for the entire planet, with internodal connections far surpassing a human brain in magnitude. The uniqueness of botanical life in that planet Moon allows for the roots to become like neural pathways, therefore resulting in a strange alien intelligence, kind of like a superorganism. Other humans treat Eywa as just a deity worshipped by the Na'vi, and most of them consider her something that doesn't exist in real life. But one thing is for sure, and that is she is an entity and is really present, but as to what kind is still in question. A superorganism having superintelligence is one viable scenario, something like the arachnids of Starship Troopers, with each individual bug having a life of its own but still acting under the will of the god bug. She could also be a hive mind, as all the creatures of Pandora except for the Tulkun and certain Na'vi were willing to take up arms and attack humans on sight, while at the same time ignoring their natural instincts of hunting or killing each other, with carnivores and herbivores working together against an alien threat, something which is far from being natural, in the least, like anywhere. So is Eywa really a hive mind? Something akin to the ones seen in the swarm creatures like the Zerg of StarCraft, the Tyranids of Warhammer, the Flood of Halo, or even movies such as Resident Evil and Starship Troopers? Well, let's look at the details and facts that might support this claim. Well, firstly, it is said that the trees of Pandora are akin to brain cells and the roots are interconnected with each other, with the network connections being 20 times more than a human brain. Therefore, if this is true, then the entity would have a superintelligence, vastly different and superior to a human in intellect and computing power. And this is evident in her controlling and commanding the animals to attack humans simultaneously in the last battle of the first movie, as well as maintaining them as sort of like antiviral cells or a global immune system that would continue to be hostile to human presence. What if she is like Ego, the living planet? You know, the celestial from the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. If you think about it, this isn't really a far-fetched theory, except for the fact that Ego has a distinct human-like personality which is malevolent and can create an avatar of himself in human form. Ego is still a living planet, meaning that all the various plants and animal life on his surface are extensions of himself, kind of like the animals and plants of Pandora being an integral part of Eywa, and all submit to her or act on her will. So therefore, in essence, they are extensions of her, although having more autonomous lives. This, as well as her regulating the biosphere as if it's her own body, even to the point of wiping entire Na'vi population clean off the map if they exceed a certain threshold, is evident of a living planet, and an even greater argument in favor of Eywa being a hive mind, and a dangerous one at that. And lastly, the most interesting detail or facts, and these are the 3 laws of Eywa, which were given to the Na'vi populations by her, and they are as follows. Well, the first one is, you shall not set stone upon stone. The second one is, neither shall you use the turning wheel. And the last one is, nor use the metals of the ground. At surface level, they sound like clear environmental guidelines for the Na'vi, But here in our discussion, this sounds like an eerie warning against developing technology which would allow the sentient Na'vi, or even the Tulkun for that matter, to eventually gaze off-world and truly become autonomous beings, out of the control of Eywa, breaking off from the hive mind, which would be a net loss and is something that in our experience of hive minds in pop culture is akin to blasphemy and heresy. So yes, in our conclusion, Eywa is a hive mind, a powerful one, but one that isn't hell-bent on galactic domination. Not yet. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Do hit the like button for support and subscribe, but most of all, smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.